Okay, I will begin. Uh, Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in for today's workshop on using premium membership of IndianKanoon for your legal research. We wanted to organize this workshop specifically for our user base to help them out or to provide them a certain way to use the tools that are provided by the IndianKanoon premium membership. Each and every of this tool is tailored to be used by you for your personal research, also to be used among researchers themselves, and a way to significantly cut down your research time, your browsing time, and etc. Everything that we will be discussing today will be present on our fact page. I will just quickly take you all through there. Uh, so everything that we will be discussing today is also present on our fact page. So today we will just be brushing through all of the features and the tools. And if you want more detailed step-by-step tutorials on each and every one of these tools, you can look at our FAQ page. All the tutorials are present there. Apart from this, if you have further queries, you can always reach out to us on webmaster@indiankanoon.com, where we handle most of the user queries. So without wasting anybody's more time, I will just quickly begin by giving you a brief description and agenda for today's workshop. So first of all, to give everybody just an overview of IndianKanoon and its various tools as well as its data, I would like to first inform everybody that IndianKanoon is one of the largest legal databases in India. We have over 2 crore documents present on the database. These documents can be seen on our browse option. Herein we have Supreme Court judgments, Supreme Court daily orders. We have all the high courts and we have a couple of district courts. We've just started working on Delhi District Court and Bangalore District Court. And the goal is to cover most of Indian district courts in the future. We also have documents on various tribunals in India. Apart from that, we have the Law Commission report, Constituent Assembly debates, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha debates. Apart from this particular data, we also have laws of India, both union and state laws. And in the coming months, we will be adding more than 1,500 new and updated union and state laws to the database too, so that everybody gets access of all the laws as well as all legal documents in India. So now that you have all of this data, IndianKanoon founder who's present here on this call itself, Sushant, he made more tools or more research tools on top of the database so that this particular website is not limited to just providing you data. We also want to cater your research process. We want to simplify your research process and have all of your research stored in the place where your data is present too. And therefore, IndianKanoon created few legal tools, few research tools, which I will be discussing today. The first tool that I will be discussing today is the virtual legal assistant. So now, what is the virtual legal assistant? And we keep getting this question too. The virtual legal assistant is a series of tools that we provide to cut down your research time and have all of your research stored in one place on cloud, ready to be shared with anyone, ready to be made copies to, and a research that and a platform where your research, you can come back to it again and again and reuse it for your future cases or for your future research too. So I will be discussing what the virtual legal assistant does, and I will be going one by one through all the tools that are provided within the virtual legal assistant. At first, the virtual legal assistant provides you a research dashboard on the bottom of all of your pages. This research dashboard chronologically has all the topics that you have worked under. Here you can see I have some of my topics saved here. So to demonstrate you how you can create topics, you simply select this button, start a new topic. For today's demonstration, I thought we will have a simpler discussion on a topic. So for that, I will be picking up amendment of the Constitution. Once you create a topic, the topic comes on top of your dashboard. The idea to create topics is so that, you all of your research that you do, if you're referring to 10 judgments, 15 judgments, 100 judgments under one research topic that you have, that topic will have all of your research, all of the documents saved under the same topic. So that is why the topics have been created. Once the topic is created, I put the same phrase here on the search board. So I put amendment to the Constitution. After searching, I see that the full search page has a lot of really important judgments and landmark cases that are significant in understanding amendment of the Constitution. So, for example, if I want to pick up one case, I click here to Sajjan Singh. It tells me the context in which Constitution amendment is being discussed in this judgment. And I can click on view full document. And now you can see that this is a very big document to read. I can just quickly go to the part which I think is important for my research, and I can select that text, after which a dialog box opens up. In this dialog box, I can add my notes. So if I think this is an important research, or if this is an important point that the court made, I can just flag it out like that. And then this notes gets highlighted in the document itself. And you can create n number of notes in a document. And what this does, I have already created a few more notes within this. What this does is this really helps you going back to the judgment, especially in this case, a very lengthy judgment which goes on and on. This judgment is more than 500 pages long. So this long judgment, if I have already have my notes saved in here, you can see the notes that I've made are here, my research notes. This significantly cuts down my time when I have to refer to this judgment again. I will show you a couple more examples if I go back to the search page itself. For example, I want to make a note on the section of law that gives power to the parliament to constitution, and article 368 also gives us the procedure of how a constitution can of how an amendment is to be made to the constitution. If I want to make further notes within the procedure itself of amendment, I can start a new topic. This topic I can call procedure for amendments. And I can make it into a subtopic within my overall research on amendment of the Constitution. After doing that, I can click on Article 368 and make a note on it that this article gives power and procedure to amend. I can save that note, and just like I showed you, you can do this with all of the documents that are coming up. We see here Kesavananda is present, IC Golaknath is present. All of these, Minerva Mills is present. All of these are really crucial landmark judgments that one can make a note on. So this is one of the ways that the virtual legal assistant provides you with a tool to make notes, to make topics, and to really have all of your research present on the same platform from where you access the data. You don't need to go back, download PDF copies, and then copy paste what paragraph you want to make notes on, and copy paste them to a Word document, then again and again edit that Word document. And there is also a problem with sharing it. And a lot of times our local files do get lost. Sometimes they get lost, sometimes they get deleted or corrupted. But in this case, all of your research will be present on your premium member account. And if you want to go and look at all of your research, you can simply go to our main premium members page, where all of your research, here you can see I have loads and loads of notes made. All of my research is present here, and it's present in the notes here, the notes line, which means these are all present in chronological manner. They're also present topic wise. So here you can see all the topics that I have made for my research, and you can go back and look at any one of these topics. For example, one more topic that I wanted to show everyone was bail orders. This is the work that I've done on bail orders in murder case. So here also, if I show you one of the documents, I can just, uh, sorry, yeah. So I can just click on this document on top, which takes me to the court judgment that I was referring to in this order, the bail order. And it has all of my notes here. I've made note that it was an application for an anticipatory bail. What were the facts of this case? What happened in previous bail applications? I've made note on that. What does the court say? So you can see all of my judgment is completely annotated. I've even marked places which I think are not very relevant for my research. So you can do this too with any documents and in your own domain, whatever research project that you have, you can simply save all of your research like that, and you don't have to read that judgment again. Going back to the topics, here you can see amendment of the Constitution is present. These are my notes for, sorry. Yeah, these are my notes present for amendment of the Constitution. And here is where I mentioned the procedure for amendment of the Constitution. After all of your research is completed, you can click here on the button Create Document. Now, what Create Document does, it it exports all of your research that you have done on IndianKanoon in a word editing tool. So the virtual legal assistant also provides you with a word editing tool, just like other word tools that you have. Here you can bold or make other editing changes. You can add bullet points. You can also add references if you have more references that you want to add with the links you want to add. You can add that here, and all of your research comes up in this Word document, where you can edit, add more points. For example, here I add important article. Just like this, you can add more points within this, and all of your research and all of the documents that you have referred come here in the references. I can also show that to you with my work on bail orders. Once I export my research on bail orders, this is a fairly bigger document since I've been working on it for some time. Sorry, just give me another second. I think I'm having some connectivity issues. Just give me. Yeah, it's back. So here you can see my work on bail orders is also present in a Word doc. And I can simply like scroll down. I have loads and loads of notes made on various things here. I have a note made on conditions of bail. I have notes on whether bail was granted or not. And after the other, you see the case present here, that in what doc I made a note on, as well as what was my point that I was trying to make within that note. And you have all the citations also present in an indented form, just like how you prepare a research draft. And you have all the footnotes present here too. And the footnotes are important because in the end, you get your references list. So in this case, I have done the research on 23 judgments. So the Word document also gives me all the references. After you're done with all of your research, after you've added all the points that you want to add, and your research draft is finally ready, you can just either save this draft as is by clicking this button, or you can also export all of your research into a PDF document. And the PDF document is being created right now. Yeah. So here you can see all of my research is now present in a PDF document, and which can be shared in the court itself or also shared among colleagues. So that is one of the tools that the virtual legal assistant provides. Apart from the note taking, apart from the topics and all of your research being present on the research dashboard, you also get a word editing software wherein you can edit all of your work and then export it into a PDF. So this is one of the tools that are provided within the virtual legal assistant. Apart from this, apart from straight legal research, we also identified few more use cases of using the virtual legal assistant. One of it was for probably for legal professionals or professors or even students, is to have all of their bibliography and all of their subject-wise research present in one place. So here, one use case that we are showing is of a law curriculum, which is a subject of law of crimes in LLB courses. And herein you can see within the topics and subtopics, the whole course or the whole curriculum is present. If I click on like one of them, for example, here culpable homicide and murder, you see various subtopics within it. The topic of intention, where is intention present, in what judgments it is present, various other principles that are required within understanding law of crimes in India. So that is one of the use cases that we had found, that you can create a bibliography like that. And again, you can come back to this anytime. And if a professor is right now present in the workshop, you can share it with your students or you can share it with your colleagues. And you can share it with them by simply adding them to IndianKanoon, by adding them as collaborators in IndianKanoon premium membership. So another feature that the virtual legal assistant provides you is to add people and make them collaborators. So for example, I am here searching for my colleague Khyati, and once I search her name, her profile opens up here. I can simply add her as collaborator. And once I've added her as my collaborator, I can share this research with them. So I can go to my topic of sorry, one second. Yeah, I can go to my topic of law of crimes, and I can change my privacy settings, which are present here, and I can change it to collaborators can read and modify my research, or collaborators can only read my research. There are plenty other privacy options that are present here inside the topic, as well as of your own account settings. And the idea of adding collaborators was to understand the fact that legal research never happens in alienation. It's always a group effort. Usually, there are larger legal teams that work on the same case. Similarly, there are students that are also collaborating all the time for various assignments. Here, we show you an example of research for a moot court competition. So this was another use case where, multiple people come together to research for one topic. And we thought that this can be a very important and integral tool to help people collaborate on IndianKanoon and help each other out and probably create research drafts together. So collaboration is another tool that we provide in IndianKanoon Premium membership and a part of the virtual legal assistant. So apart from the virtual legal assistant, which we have significantly talked about now, there are another tools that are present in the premium membership subscription of IndianKanoon. One of that is a query alert service. So now again, what is a query alert service? Query alert service is a service that we provide wherein a user can set up any amount of queries, which are phrases that are used in courts, and every time their query is discussed in a court order or is discussed in a judgment or even a law, the user gets a mail on their a user receives a mail of giving them an alert on that particular query. So, for example, we can take Right now we can take an example of infringement of copyright. Again, there can be n number of examples. We receive loads of queries every day from various users on how they've placed in. You had recently seen my research on bail orders. For that also, I have a query of bail orders, and you can further filter your query. So here, if I only want to see infringement of copyright in high courts, I can filter my query. I can also further filter it in a certain code. So if I only want to look at infringement of copyright, High Court judgments of just Bombay High Court, I can further filter that doc type. You can also filter it within years if you want to look for a particular year. And then you scroll down, and here you see this button, create alert. Once you click this button, create alert, here you can see it shows infringement of copyright, doc types, Bombay, which means Bombay High Court infringement of copyright doc types I would like to receive on my mails. So I will just click one of these relevant matches. I want it to be extremely relevant, and then I can set up the query. Once the query is set up, all of your queries that you put in are monitored here on this page, on your premium members page under queries. Here you can change again if you want to delete this query, if you want to get daily alerts for this query or not get daily alerts for this query, you can add it here. Similarly, all your query matches will be present here on the query matches page. Just one second. Here, so for example, I have a query on a certain topic, and I have received all of these judgments that discuss that particular topic. So this is how you can create queries. You can create queries on multiple things. You can, if you want, for example, if you want to follow a certain precedent. So if you want to follow how many judgments are, for example, citing A.K. Gopalan, or how many judgments are citing a particular case that you personally worked on, and you want to see how many judges are citing that particular judgment, or how many petitioner or respondents are particularly citing that judgment. You can simply put your case here, and create an alert on that, and start getting alerts on how many on various cases or various judgments that are discussing that. Uh, Apart from the query alert service and the virtual legal assistant, another feature that we provide is downloading of code copies. So we realized that a lot of courts do not accept IndianKanoon copies, and therefore we added the original code copies that you get from any High Court or Supreme Court website to our database. So here I'm at the browse option, and as just shown you, you click on the browse option, and here I go to Madras High Court, and I can just simply click on one of the years, uh, and further the years is divided into months. And here I see one of the cases that, for example, I want to download. I click on that case, I click on this button, download code copy. This then downloads the original code copy that is uploaded by the High Court of Madras. So you get this code copy, as well as you get an IndianKanoon copy, which is present right here. So if you're required to submit original code copies in the court, then this is one of the features that we also provide to our premium members. To just to give you an overview of what all I have spoken about till now. I've spoken about the virtual legal assistant, which is a note making tool which helps you create topics and subtopics to find the note, to create a note. We also discussed how to export your notes into a research brief, how to create Word documents on that note, and how to ultimately convert it into a PDF. We also discussed with you how you can collaborate with other researchers online, or if there are students on this workshop, how you can collaborate with your peers in various research projects and create your research drafts or your assignments together. And finally, in the query alert service, we went through a step-by-step on how you can set up a query alert. We also discussed how you can how you can select relevancy of your alerts, if you want daily alerts or not, and how to delete a query alert. And we also gave you a few tips on how you can use the query alert feature. Now, majorly all the aspects that I wanted to discuss for this workshop has been made, and I think now we can open the call for your feedback, and if anybody has any queries that we can take. We really want to make this discussion more fruitful by bringing in users and asking them what their queries are. So I will just stop sharing my screen now, and we can open the room for your questions or your queries that you have with regards to this presentation, or in general about Indian Kanun and the premium membership. So if there are any questions, you can bring them up. Thank you.
If any of the users want to give any feedback on the services or any other use cases they feel we should explore, please feel free to share them.
May I raise a query, please?
Yeah, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, this is Vidya Adhikari
Okay.
from Kathmandu, Nepal. Though I am not a legal practitioner of Indian Kanun, but here we frequently use the references of Indian Supreme Courts and the contents also. I have started very recently to use Indian Kanun, and it's very informative, and the information is whatever I needed for my professional as well as academic purpose. The references contents provided by yourself is very appreciated, and I have decided to subscribe the premium memberships. Though you have given me one month's trial, and still I am under that phase. So we'll use it frequently, and whatever the feedback or the my views over it, will provide it to you through email also. And thank you for this time, for your time.
Thank you, Vidya.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
My query is, if there is a citation, how do I put it into the search and go straight to the citation?
Okay, so if you have if you know the exact citation that you're looking for, wait, I will share my screen again, sir. I think that point was missed. Just give me a second. Yeah, so if you have the exact citation that you're looking for, besides the search box on the right, there is an advanced search option. This is the search option that we give usually to practitioners who actually know what they're looking for. Most of our user base is of general citizens who don't necessarily know what a citation number is. But if you have those values in place, you can put them here. There is an author search, bench related search too. You can add those in this page, and then once you search it, you will reach that document that you're looking for.
And I also want help on coming to, or rather referring to acts. So
Yes,
you
sir.
said that you have started making that compilation.
Yes, sir.
So how far has that come, and how do we get to a particular act?
Yeah. So right now, the acts are present on Indian Kanun, but we took the last year, and it took some while for us to manually update all the laws, because amendments keeps on coming very regularly. In the coming 1 month, you will see we will be adding 1,500 more acts and amendments, and even by rules, regulations we are adding to the portal now. The process is in place, we are building, and you will be informed, sir, when they will be added.
So currently we can't access any law through.
No, currently there are laws. Most BEAR acts are present. I had shown you the Constitution was present, the IPC is present, CRPC. All BEAR acts are present on IndianKanoon. All other acts are also present on IndianKanoon.
No, but how do I access it?
You
can
just
show
search.
me.
I'll just show. I'll show. What is the law that you're looking for, sir?
Anyone, say CRPC.
So if you're looking for CRPC, you just search that here.
But it won't give me the act. It will tell me all
Here,
the.
sir, see all here you see on the top, it says different sections, and on the right, it says complete act. Once you click on complete act, sir, it will take you to the
Yeah, that
complete
of
code
course
of
it will, but
criminal
I don't get to see the complete act button.
Oh.
Am I making a mistake or it's already there?
So it's there for all the acts. Whenever you search for a particular section, because our search, like the search algorithm that you see, is the results are made on the basis of how many documents have cited that particular section. So here you can see section 482 has been cited these many times. So that is why that section comes on top, but you can definitely always access the complete acts.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. Anything else, sir?
At the moment, these two were my queries. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Again, if anybody is
Yeah.
looking for, sorry, yes.
Yeah, I think you have that thing, but in terms of practical application, if I want a particular set of words to be used exactly in a particular phrase, if you can just explain that. That
Can
means
you
in a
give me
judgment.
some context, sir, of what you are looking for exactly?
Okay. For example, if I'm looking for condonation of delay in filing appeal in RERA Maharashtra Act.
Okay. So what I can suggest to you, sir, is we can, cut this big query into like smaller queries. So first that you
Okay.
said RERA in Maharashtra, you said, right?
Yes.
So we can first probably look for that. Here you can see
Okay.
there are multiple cases are coming up of RERA laws and how they've been enacted. So here you can see
Okay.
these judgments. Now, if you want to
Okay.
look at further, like what was, sorry, I forgot, what was the first thing that you
Yeah,
said?
condonation of delay in filing appeal.
So if I put in here condemnation.
No, condonation of delay,
Oh,
not
sorry,
appeal.
sorry.
That
I would
would be
like to
asking
tell
too
you, sir,
much.
I am not a lawyer. So, yeah, so here you can see there is one condemnation of delay in refiling. Is this what you were looking at?
No, condonation of delay in filing an appeal.
I think we have found a relevant result, but sir, you will only have to read it and let us know.
No, that's okay.
That,
So
yeah,
you're
but-
saying first go into the broad topic and then
Yes,
filter it
yes.
down?
Yeah. Yeah, that will, because sir, like I told you, there are more than 2 crore documents on the website. So one has to really, think very creatively when they are searching. And it is not just with IndianKanoon, sir, it's with all search engines. Even when you
Yeah,
search
that
on
I agree.
Google, you
Okay.
will have to, have a larger overbounding query. And then within it, like you saw here, I put this in quotes. So then, you know what, the search engine will look for this exact phrase. And whether every
Okay.
time this exact phrase comes in a judgment, it will show us those results.
Okay. Useful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes. How far accurate these results would be when we search for people?
When you search for people in terms of parties to
When we
the
search
case?
for, yes, the parties involved in the case, how far it
Yeah.
would be accurate?
Yeah, so we would like to actually inform you that we work on the search engine every day, and that is Sushant's work. Sushant is present on this call. He's the founder of IndianKanoon. And
Hi,
with
Sushant.
Karan, please.
Sorry. I
Yeah.
thought
Hello.
everybody should at least
Yes.
say hello to Sushant.
Yes, Sushant. Hi. Nice to see
Hi.
you. Yes.
So, I mean, we are fairly accurate on the names. I don't think that
Mhm.
that's an issue actually.
Okay.
You just
Okay.
search for the
That's
party
nice.
name, you should be able to find the documents.
Okay. Okay. That's nice. Because in one of the sample that we did last week, the person who we are looking at their Aadhaar card name and the actual case name was little different in terms of number of parts. In the Aadhaar card, it was a 3-part name, whereas in the court case, it was only a 2-part name. We were a little confused, and that is when we thought to check with you how far it is accurate.
Yeah, I mean, see, that is one. I mean, the another problem that comes with party name is many times court will report only the first name of the party, and if there are more petitioner
Exactly.
or more respondent, then they will just say and others and another.
Uh,
So, so that is the way court reporting works.
okay.
We don't have any. We can't do much about that.
Oh, right. I understand that. Thank you.
Hope that answers it.
Yes, yes, yes. You've given me a thing. Thank you on that. Yes.
You know, a lot of times we also discover that the court uses different spellings for the same name in different court orders. So in one of the orders, they will use, for example, a double A or double S. In another, they do not. So that is again, we can't really help with that. That's how the court reporting works. But if you have, if you have a specific phrase that you're looking for within that judgment, I would say it's better to not use names and specifically like use your context of what you're looking for. Or you just said like if it's a company, so probably you can filter your doc types within the acts or the sections within which they have been charged or the cases for, or even court wise, if you know, like if you have that much information that you know which court this case was under, you can go to the browse option and check within that. That's just, few ways that you can find a document in a massive corpus of data that is present. If there are any other, there are actually plenty of search tips that Sushant has provided. It's present on the homepage itself. I'll just quickly probably share that
If
too,
you
if
can
that
please,
helps.
if you can please run us through that, it'll be useful rather than because
Yeah.
we tried
So-
reading it.
Yeah. So I'll let you go through that also. So here you can see like on the home page itself on the right below advanced search, there is search tips. So these are few of the search tips that Sushant has formulated within the database for you to reach your document in hopes that you reach your document because again, the plethora is massive. So first is word and phrase search, which is what I would also suggest that if you have a certain phrase, and again, like I would like to hammer down the fact that there are few phrases that we understand in general senses, and there are specific phrases that the court uses. So for example, we see a lot of people just search for something like cyber law, when there is nothing necessarily called like cyber crime or cyber law. Court uses specific like sections of law that they charge people under. Another example that I can probably tell you is people sometimes search for feminist jurisprudence in India. So if you just search the word feminist jurisprudence in India or even jurisprudence in India, you will not find the cases that you're trying to look for. So probably look for more specific terminologies that you can use, so which really gives you results, and therefore here you see some of the words and phrase searches, like I showed you something very similar as copyright infringement. You can search emergency, you can search reservation. So that is one of the ways that we really suggest users to search for or search through, rather than names, party names, or even citations. I had also given a previous example of putting in quotes, like I have in quotes bail application and then again in quotes murder, so that I only get results of all the bail applications that have been filed under charges of murder. So you can do that also, create multiple quotes within your searches. So Shant has also made operators within search. So for example, here he has given an example of murder or written as ORR or kidnapping. So in this case, the search results will either show you murder or show you kidnapping judgments and not both. You can also put A and double D, which means and, where you want results for both. So if you want results for both murder and kidnapping, and there is also a not operator, which shows you either or. So murder that does not include kidnapping. For example, this is one of the simpler examples that we can give you. So if you have that kind of search where you know where you're looking for a couple of domains, or if you're looking for either or if you're looking for one and you don't want to look for the other. We see this happen a lot of times in like IPR cases, like where we're only looking for trademark and not copyright, or trademark and copyright. So these are some operators that you can use. These are and or and not. Apart from that, I already discussed this, is restricting search by document types. So by default, all of your queries will be searched through the complete database, and it would be helpful if you can restrict it through document type. So if you can only restrict it to, for example, high courts or only Supreme Courts, or if you have a particular year in mark, even if you have a particular year range in mark. So if you're looking for cases within 10 years, so like 1990s to 2010s, like that also you can do. I'll just quickly actually show that. The video on search tips is also present here if anybody wants to look at the detailed video. So here, if I search for what I had said, trademark. So this is my result. As you can see, there is copyright is not coming in for once. And similarly, if I change this to and or, then the results will be changed further. Years you can select from here. So if I click on year 2010, it will only show me results from 2010. I can change this to here. Here it says from date. I can do to date, and I can change it to 2022, for example. So now I have results for 10 years on trademark infringement cases. So these are few of the search tips that we like to give to users. On the right, you can also see related queries. A lot of our users also use this whenever they are not able to, get to the document that they want to. And that's some of the ways that the search tips help. And we keep adding to the search tips. We will be adding more filters in the future, more categories on the basis of which you can filter. We are about to release 2 projects in coming months. One is on automating structural analysis of judgments. So soon you will be able to see a judgment being bifurcated into facts, issues, arguments, etc. So that is one of the useful features that we are releasing in the future. So then you will be able to further filter your research, your search results into, if you're only interested in looking at the facts or only interested into looking at the final verdict. We also have another project that we are releasing in coming months, which is on reliability of a citation in a judgment, where we are automating a lot of judges' sentiment towards a certain precedent or citation that is referred to in a case. So that's also another, I think, search feature and the categorizing feature that we think will be helpful for the users. We are working on plenty more projects like this to automate and to automate a lot of analysis that otherwise, takes a lot of time and is cumbersome for practitioners to do again and again. So we're trying to automate those functions, and we're trying to provide you with the best results so that you don't have to waste time in looking at stuff that is not relevant to your work. So work is happening every day. Your feedback and your suggestions are most valuable. I will again put in the chat. You can mail us here. Just a second. You can mail us here, and I will be looking at your mails, and we are available. I'm available on phone call if anybody requires any personal assistance regarding using the features, or if there is any issue that a premium member is facing. We are always present on this email ID. You can just write on to us and we will keep working. That's all.
I have one question. When you
Yes.
say most relevant or most recent,
Yeah.
or what is the criteria you use for most relevant or least relevant? Or what is the filter? What is the
Yeah.
thinking?
So
The broad thing I understand that most relevant, but how is it? How will I know what is your understanding of most relevant or not?
yeah. So actually, we also go through I think for relevancy, we go through the understanding of the code. So if a particular judgment is being cited under that query again and again, and if it has a high citation value, then it comes on higher relevancy. If again and again that particular judgment is being referred to by different courts. We also take a lot of our user behaviors in place. So if a lot of users are clicking on that particular judgment and reading that judgment by looking up that query, that also helps in the relevancy of that particular document. There are also a lot of other a lot of other things that are in place to increase relevancy. It doesn't necessarily mean just phrase matching. It has other rules that Sushant has put in place. I don't think I'm the right person to answer to that, but I will tell you the relevancy works in congruence with what the court thinks is a relevant judgment or a relevant citation in that domain.
Thank you. I must compliment you guys.
Thank you. I think we have 5 more minutes. If nobody has any other question, we can finish the call early. Again, informing everybody that we will be having these calls regularly in coming months. And if anybody is interested otherwise to discuss any of the features, you can write to us on the email ID that I had shared. Things will be added every day. The database keeps enriching itself, and we will be there to assist all of your research process. So thank
I
you
did
for
not
joining.
see your email.
Oh, it's in the chat, sir.
Oh, it's in the chat. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
open it. I can't see it. Can you just repeat it? I'll note it down.
Yeah, or sir, I have your email ID. I will mail you myself.
That would be very nice.
Yeah, I will do that right after the call.
How will we be able to access the recording, today's recording?
Yeah, if you want the access to today's recording, we will either upload it on YouTube, or I will share a local copy. I think a local copy will be much bigger because it's almost a 1-hour call. But if we upload it on either LinkedIn or YouTube, I will share the link with you.
Thank you so much on that.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you, sir.
We take your leave. At least I take your.
All right. I
Thank
think
you,
nobody
everyone.
else. Thank you. Thank you for joining in, everyone.
Thank you, Sushant. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your presentation. We'll be
Thank you so much,
definitely in
sir.
touch in the days ahead. And I'll also give you feedback, whatever I can from my perspective. So these are the reference for me, as I told you earlier. But you have done a wonderful job.
Thank you, sir.
Tried
We
so
will be
many
in touch.
other websites also for this purpose, and I found this very helpful.
Thank you, sir.